side.
Yeah, we are on the wrong side, aren't we? Yeah, we are. I was thinking the exact same thing. Welcome back. Good afternoon, everybody on the craft store. You right, Wheels?
Yes, I am.
It was weird, wasn't it?
Yes. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, can't deal with it.
No, we can't.
We are very excited about this show. Thank you to Josh for that last hour, by the way. This hour is Personal Impressions website. That's where you're going. But we're talking Ciao Bella.
We are, and honestly, it's fantastic to bring you these junk journals.
Is your mic on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't see. Oh, I can.
Oh, now there we are. Oh, and we're off.
Sorry.
Mic 3, Andy. Mic 3. Okie dokie.
Sorry.
So you're going on the Personal Impressions website directly there, which you can see back all of their previous craft store shows. There's a big craft store picture. Click on that, you're in. I haven't ever seen, I'm aware of Ciao Bella, of course I am.
Yes.
But I've never seen the Ephemera books.
Now, these are incredible. Now, obviously, I'll explain to you all about junk journaling once we get going and things like that. But if you want to do card making, you want to do scrapbooking, if you just want to craft, these are incredible. And I'll be honest with you, the journey that I've gone with these, how many of us have crafted for years and we make lots and lots of cards, scrapbooking pages, and sometimes we want to craft for ourselves and things like that. Because otherwise you make a card, it kind of goes in a box and then you save it for somebody. This is, for me, crafting for me. And honestly, it's phenomenal. Inside here, you're going to get uncoated, beautiful tags, toppers, things like that that you can mix and match with. You're then going to get a little bit with the, you know, trend of like the rub-ons, but these aren't rub-ons. These are like on a vinyl. You cut them out and then you peel them off, so you get that transparency. But honestly, if you want to make cards, you've got backing papers
We'll
in
have a
here.
proper look through, everybody, by the way. Yeah, we're going to have a proper flick through them so you get an idea of exactly what you're getting home. But there's so much more.
Yes. They're like a treasure trove.
Than meets the eye with these books.
Definitely.
And by the way, there's nothing on this show over £9.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Oh my gosh, if you've never ordered before, under £10, but these are £8.33 each.
Well, you imagine normally if you go online or you go in the stores and you're picking out a packet of ephemera pieces, which can probably have, say, 30 pieces in or even 100 pieces in it, you'd be paying more than that for one of these books.
You were listening on the show, you've got loads of stencils that maybe go alongside, but you know, we like the idea. Lovely Lou puts these shows together for us. You've got the other stencils, we've got lots of stamps as well on the show.
We have.
They're all under the same banner. Personal Impressions is the website you go to, you can see it on the screen. Click on the craft store, stick on today's date, 14th?
Yes.
14th. They are all there. But of course, you've got the whole website. You've got the whole website to go at. So have a look around everywhere.
Have a look for glues, ink pads, things like that. Glues.
Booze.
Glues,
yes,
ink pads, things like that. Everything that you're going to need to mix and match with these, go and have a look on the Personal Impressions website.
We're going to look closer at that Codex one, but another of the latest collections here, Secret Garden Dawn.
These are beautiful. If you want that romantic, beautiful florals and things like that, you've got lovely colourways in here. Very feminine, very pretty. So for birthdays and things like that, honestly, the amount of cards you're going to be able to make from this, if you just want to make your cards, is going to be incredible. Just add in a little bit of white cardstock or cream cardstock. But if you're wanting to do the junk journals and things like that, honestly, I've had such a great time with these. And look at these. You've got pockets, you've got pochettes, you've got a little bit of everything. A pochette, which is this one.
Is that what that is?
A little pochette.
A little pochette.
So you can make little gift pockets and things like that. So it's not just all about scrapbooking and card making and things like that. There is so many more. Bear in mind, if you cut that out and then you drew around it,
yeah, you got it then,
you can make another one.
You got it then. So, if you're Codex, that one's the Secret Garden. The one in front of you, Dawn, is it Cook Shop?
This is the cookbook.
Cook Shop.
This is gorgeous.
Me. Are we going to the cook shop today?
We
Tesco's,
are.
Dan? Yeah.
The Uberoo.
That's it.
But look, you can see with these, look how fabulous they are. They've got that vintage look to them. And for me, because obviously these aren't die cut, you are going to have to cut these out and things. But I've had such a great time taking it back old school, getting back into it. And the ephemera that's in here just layers together beautifully.
I guess all these elements used to be in a much larger bundle. As you say, I remember that, a paper kit would be this, you know, an A4 pad going with it like that.
Exactly.
The ephemera, pre-cut out pieces going in there and having different finishes on them, different GSMs, all in one book for $8.33. And it's $8.33, friends.
Yeah.
Because you're going direct to Personal Impressions. On the website, it's on the screen right now. You're going direct there, and so therefore you get it for £8.30. And there's more.
There is.
There's more in the range too.
There is. We've got 2 Christmas ones. We've got like the Winter Wishes one, which is more soft. It's got like the snow wolves in there and things like the snow foxes, that kind of thing in there. Then we've got those beautiful traditional Christmases in there as well. And then we have got Wanderlust, which is travel. So especially this time of year when people are thinking about holidays and things like that, you have got those beautiful tan shades. But remember as well, a lot of elements from these, because the colour tones can all be intermixed.
Right.
So there is going to be no waste. And that is the bit for me that I thought, oh, genius.
Here we go. So you are on Personal Impressions' own website, hence why they are £8.30. At home, when you think you see that book there, you'd be thinking, OK, that's going to be £19.99.
Easy. Yeah.
It's a big, thick book, that, isn't it? £8.33. Let's multi-order.
Yes.
Let's make sure we're multi-ordering, go for lots of different ones together. And then whilst you're on there, by the way, we will look at them properly, but you can see here a selection of stencils, 8x8, or you've got the 4x6 stamps, of course.
Really pretty
8x5 stencils. Yeah, really, really lovely. So here's the website we're talking about. Dawn, gather up your books.
OK.
And we'll go and sit down. That is personalimpressions.com. You then click on the craft store. Hey, listen, you can click around anywhere you want to, by the way. You can see their own Ciao Bella collections and the deal of the weeks and things. Everything that's been popped together with this show in mind is all in one place on today's date. You can see previous craft store shows, after all, a previous Ciao Bella one. There was a Tim Holtz one, wasn't there?
Yes.
There was all sorts of different ones for you. But the latest 3 and then the previous 3 are all in one place right there. And then the stencils and the stamps we were all talking about are all there. Some of the stamps on this show, by the way, from £3.32.
And they are fabulous quality.
£3.32, exactly that. There they are. You can see them there. Lots of different price points all around for you. So we get into the ephemera book.
Honestly, these are super, super special. And you know, like we've said in the past, you can smell the ink.
Let me smell your book.
Because of the quality of the print, you can smell the ink. They are beautiful, okay? So with these, the top tip I'm going to give you when you get these home is, because they are stapled, is literally go to the centre, open the stencil, open the actual staple, and take your pages out that way. Please do not start ripping and tearing bits out. You're going to end up damaging the pages and losing bits. If you just take, you know, like your pokey tool, pop it underneath and just lift it up. That's what I tend to do first of all, okay? But that's just a tip if you want to do that. Now, you'll also notice you've got the front cover if you want to use that. How it's been done, you can stylise and you can use all different bits of it.
Straight away, if you're doing cards, for example, straight away card fronts there, aren't they?
Exactly, you've got that. Then you've got the pockets on the inside and things like that. So again, if you are journaling, or it could even be, I've thought about using these for, you know, like store cards, things like that, gift cards. Now, these are the ones you'll notice they've got like a shiny finish to these. Now, these are the ones where you're going to have that adhesive on the back. So it's like a sticky vellum that these are on. What I tend to do is just cut out the piece that you want and lay them on. I am going to be showing you throughout, obviously, the demonstrations. I've got loads of different demonstrations for you.
Not cook shop. Why do I say cook shop?
Cookbook.
What's wrong with me?
Don't know.
Cookbook. By the way, lovely Lucy has popped a link in there saying, good morning, everybody. You can see everything on offer today via this link, personalimpressions.com. Then go to the shop of the category.
She's amazing.
You just saw how you do it there. Lots of people saying hello. Lynn, Leslie, Jeanette. Sarah says, hi, gang.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Oh, great to be back with you all. Now, you can see, even with this is the ephemera that you can cut out if you want to. But, you know, even if you wanted it as a background, you can use all these. The papers are incredible on here, even if you just want to use a piece and things like that. And a lot of people will know, yes, I have dabbled in scrapbooking and things like that. But for me, sometimes I struggle with a 12 by 12. I've kind of got more and more into it.
I see why.
But with this, I was just like, I want to do something different. I want a crossover. I want it to be a little bit more, this is crafting for me. Okay, because, you know, we make lots and lots of cards, we give them away and things like that, but I just wanted to bring it together and show you how you can then try things with this. Do you know what I mean? And you'll see with the demonstrations I've got something different. That's what I mean.
Oh, who does that remind you of at home? Is that like Nan's Kitchen
Yeah.
or something like maybe it's from a storybook
Box
or a
frame.
movie. Yeah.
Put that in a box frame, just have the words Home Sweet Home.
Perfect.
Cut it out and you scan and cut, or if you've got dies, just cut it out. That's
Yep.
all you've got to do. But you can see each and every page is super, super special. And the colourways, if you want it more vintage, we've got that. But then if you want it more clean and crisp, we've got the blues and the whites. And then look at this. A proper country kitchen.
It does look like a fairy tale, Andy. Yeah, I mean, it looks a bit like storybook. Doesn't
Yes.
it?
But really fabulous with the colours. And then you've got like this one with a cake, so the colourways change again. All your toppers and things like that. It is making me a bit hungry, I'm not going to lie.
Ready for a Vicky Sponge.
Oh, yeah. But then you can see with this, you've got all the different tags again, you've got embellishments, and because these are self-adhesive, you can stick them onto vellum, you can stick them onto glass. Obviously, you're not going to wash it, but if you wanted to, you can stick them onto different things like acetate and things. Again, more tags, you've got the characters in there and everything, so if you want to set the stage. But some of these are just, you can imagine that, just then adding in your own die cuts.
I can imagine this is a classic photograph.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like going for the loft and things and finding old black and white photographs. And slipping them in there. Yeah,
This is it. But like with these, you could have a recipe on there. A recipe of your grandma's or something like that. You could photocopy it and you could have it and put it on there, put it in a frame, put it in your kitchen, have something different. And like with this, you know, your favourite recipes. Again, you've got lots and lots of different ones in there. And then at the back, look at these. They are double-sided, but these open out. And this is where you've got your envelopes to keep tags, to keep recipes and things like that, little fold-outs. But in one of the projects I've got for you that I'm going to show you today, I've also made a little envelope a different way, and we're going to do. So honestly, I've got so much to show you. It's incredible.
That is the cookbook. That is one of the latest ones. Of course, you can go on the website personalimpressions.com and see all of the ones that are in stock there. But the 3 latest ones are on this show right now. Cookbook was the first. Is this Secret Garden? This
one is Secret Garden. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because, like I say, I've got lots of demonstrations. Yes. I want to show you how incredible these ranges are. But look at the little bunnies. You've got the little bunnies in there. You've got those beautiful rhododendrons and hydrangeas. I think that they're hydrangeas. They're rhododendrons, I think. So you've got all the different ones in there. But look how beautiful the colourway is. I have to say, this is a bit of me, this. It's really pretty. It's got that vintage look to it.
Her heart was a secret garden and the walls were very high. Feels like there's a whole story.
There is. And you've got like words of affirmation and things like that in here. So then you've got the swans because they're together for life. So it could be a wedding cards, things like that. Scrapbooking. But honestly, somebody in a new home card, you could add those into there. These are precious. And I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit like, oh, I don't want to cut that sheet because I want this on that side. Or do you know what I mean? So if you want to double up on them, double up on them. And like with this, instantly, box frame. And then just, you know, like use these little bits, decoupage bits, build your scenes.
It was strong pinks before, now it's sort of going into the lilac tones, isn't it? So we're going through. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Don't forget to catch Josh on all of his social media channels that are being live on Wednesday at 6.
But look at this, the background papers. If you struggle with blending or you want that look, but you think, oh, I'm not so good at that, everything is done for you. But like I say, when I first got this, I was like, I'm going to make cards. And then I thought, do you know what? I make so many cards for everybody else. And when it comes to crafting for me and I sit down, I haven't got anything for me.
Yep.
So this, honestly, just opened up the world for me. Look at that. Honestly, absolutely incredible. It's blossom
season right now, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got some magic photos of a wedding or something and add that in. That would look beautiful. Then you've got like
glossy.
An A5 sheet, and this is all self-adhesive. So you can make borders. You can cut this with scissors, and if you have got like a solid shape die cut, you can cut it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got all that variation there. Then you've got your extra pieces, and these aren't difficult to cut out, believe you me. You will see all the bits I've cut out, how easy they are. But look at that. That alone, just in a frame, is just a wow.
I know you've got your whole, like, that could be a whole sheet to work from, your starting point, but if you want to build up yourself, I say you've got the building elements too.
Remember this sheet, because when I start doing the first project, you're going to come, in your head, you're going to come back to this and think, I can do exactly the same with that. So just remember that sheet. Look at this, with all the botanicals in there as well. Wood, you've got those wood effects on there, but these are just inspirational. They are so, so beautiful.
What's it called?
Pochette.
Pochette.
That's it. So you can see there. But again, double-sided. So if you wanted to, you can do that.
Okay. From Cook Shop to Secret Garden, and finally the latest of the brand new ones, Codex.
Codex.
It's the first one that caught our eye, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. And honestly, my first demonstration is going to be with this. So when you see it, love this because you've got the mix between the softer side with the roses, a little bit steampunk, but then you've still got elements in there with that alchemy kind of feel to it and things like that. But look at these. It is just inspiring. It really, really is. And I looked at this one and looked at it till I got my project that I just thought...
the perspective in that studio
is incredible. So you can imagine, you can have your image, you know, at the bottom or something like that. You've got the bottles. And I love that they're not all teeny tiny. You've got so many different sizes then for you to work with and pop everything together. Now, these are on the adhesive. So you've got the locks and the keys and the little pieces here. But honestly, incredible. And because it's uncoated, if you want to run that through an embossing folder, do it.
Yep.
If you want to ink on it, you want to stamp on it, do it. You can do all these fabulous things with this. So again, beautiful designs. The creativity you're going to get from this is amazing. But please do what I said in the first place. Go to the centre of the book, open up the staples and take the pages out.
Sense.
Use your guillotines or your trimmers and make them into sheets, because honestly, it is so difficult. And remember this, because obviously that I'm going to be using that one as well.
Really striking,
the typewriter, the detail, you know, you've got all the bottles in there. Everything is just so... Then you've got the softer side, which I like the mix and...
Oh, it's going to be hard to open these up, guys. It's going to be hard to snip into
double
these,
up,
aren't they?
double up, because
absolutely.
you will be like I was and a little bit like, I don't want to cut that side.
Yeah.
But look, and then it goes softer. With the iris.
Do you see what I mean? Like, I thought, like, if that was $19.99, maybe it's on a discount, you'd be like, get it.
Get it.
The sheer quality and the content, and it's Ciao Bella, which is super sought after.
Exactly.
It's $8.33. If you're just joining us, each of these books are $8.33, and they're that price point because you are shopping direct with personalimpressions.com.
That's it. And honestly, bear in mind, Ciao Bella, it's Italian, so it's all Italian made, top quality, as you know, as well. So they are your 4 books. Okay.
Wow, and there are more books as well. So whilst you're on Personal Impressions, you click on the craft store, and then you will find today's date. That is today's show. The previous shows are there as well, and that's where you can see all 6 of the books that we've got in stock, for example, but also the stencils, etc., that you may well be bringing in. Are you codexing first?
I am, but can I just give you a brief overview of what the junk journaling is?
Yes, please.
And then we'll go straight into that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so junk journaling first came about in the 19th centuries. That far back, okay, so don't worry. Now, with that, it was literally about upcycling, recycling, and bringing things together. So the basis of it is, as you can see with this one, I've taken different pieces of cardstock, pieces of paper. Now, the Wonderlust that we've got on there, this is some of the elements from the Wonderlust collection. And you can see how I've laid it together, but you could use it and put photographs behind. You can snip them all in. These are also the, you know, like I said to you about the vinyl stickers that are in there. This is it. But everything is just mixed and matched together. Everything folds out. And you can see I've left that one, I've overstamped onto it. It's random cardstock. But this is how it first started, with little bits of literally fabric. It could be fabric, it could be tickets, it could be whatever you want. But again, it's about upcycling it. So I've got lots of different coloured pieces of paper that I've put on there. So for me, it wasn't as daunting as a scrapbooking. Right,
not as big a space, you haven't got as much to fill up.
No.
And listen, if you're super traditional, you love the 12 by 12.
Knock yourself out.
Fill your boots.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I decided...
Okay. Oh, Dawn, I love how you love this.
I love it.
You do.
Right, so I thought for me, I want a project book. I don't want to keep making cards and then I'm going a box. I want a book.
Okay.
So I've kind of took it on more like a journaling journey.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, got this book. Some of them I've made already backgrounds in here. So I've added like splatter marks in there, things like that. That's going to be for the Christmas one. That's for a pink one that I'm doing with one of the kits.
Oh, yeah.
But, and some of the pages I've actually glued together to make it thicker.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where we start.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm using...
I don't even know. This is also surprising.
Codex.
Stuck down.
Codex, okay? This is where we're starting. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to do it so the page was exploding.
Okay.
So what I've done, I've left this so you can see warts and all, is I did a rough oval on there and cut that out with my scissors. I then stuck on the piece of paper over the top, I punctured the hole, and then I've ripped and torn bits out to give me that. Okay. Now on this side, obviously it was a little bit rough and ready, so I thought, do you know what, I'll do exactly the same. So once I'd done that, I roughly did the oval and then cut that out, and that is then going to go on the back of there and make it look a bit neater.
Right, okay.
Because we're going to have it like a looking glass. Are you with me?
That's magical.
So, using some glue. Now, this is fabulous. This is Aileen's, and this is the latest one to their collection on the website of Personal Impressions.
Radio.
And this is, it dries clear. It's a fabulous glue. So, I'm going to be using this. Obviously, you only need a bit. I'm going to be working a bit quicker because obviously I've got loads to show you. And like I say, I got very excitable about this. But this book as well, I thought, as I'm doing it this way, but these could become toppers for cards. So I could be making lots of toppers rather than cards.
Yes.
So that's
and then
where I
ready
was
to go. Then you've got this whole selection out, like your crafty arsenal ready to go.
Yeah. So projects you want to try, like with that, I wanted it to be exploding. Okay. So what we're going to, so this is going to be a 3-page technique. Okay.
Right. And this is all using Codex, but I know you mentioned like, of course you could chop and change what's in one list to come in there, whatever you'd rather do. But not forgetting, please go direct to personalimpressions.com. Their resource, by the way, is huge. Not just Ciao Bella, but lots of other brands as well. So you're all in one place. So it's that one P&P you're popping together. Any word on P&P, by the way, it says it all at checkout for personalimpressions.com, wherever you are in the world. Lots of people saying, I know Lou's watching. Amanda, Sarah, Norma's just joined us as well. That's just a handful of people, names who are watching on Facebook. You can also watch on YouTube. And if you want to watch again and watch it back, so you order these, and then you come back to it. Of course, it's still going to be on Facebook for 30 days. But my point is, YouTube, this video will live there forever. You can find it on the homepage, or eventually when it leaves the homepage of our YouTube, you can then go on live and you can see the full list of all the lives. So even the previous one that Dawn's done, or when Lou's been in, you can watch them all on YouTube.
So this is the Cogs and Gears stencil we've got on the show as well.
Oh, yes, we do. Now. Is it, how big is it?
This one is the...
is it 5x8?
Yes.
5x8. Any 5x8 stencil on this show, friends, is £3.32.
Do it.
I feel like that price is wrong, but that's what it says.
Just go with it.
That's what it
Just
said.
run with it.
£3.32. So whilst you've got that basket open, hello Sally, hello Muriel, hello Tanya, hello Helen, hello
Hiya.
Sally, all just joining us now as well. Yeah, everything on the show is under £9 because you are shopping direct with Personal Impressions. So they're not splitting the cost. They're not giving craft store half or 60 or 70% or whatever it is at all. 100% stays with personalimpressions.com.
And honestly, it's fabulous because then you can start making your own background papers and stuff like this. Obviously, I stuck that bit on because I knew it was going to take a bit of time. So, and we've got so much to show you with all the different ones. And I want to show you how you can, because even like with this, then, because I've stuck two together, it's really strong. I could actually then cut that bit off. It could be a topper on a card.
Yeah,
I don't, you know what I mean? So I've kind of, like I say, it's crafting for me, this is.
And that's really handy where it is double-sided, right?
Yeah.
So actually, you'd rather have the choice. You'd rather have the choice.
So you can do whatever you want. So I'm just adding bits in. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to add one of the stamps in. Let's do a little bit of the stamps.
What are you going to go for?
Where
We've
did
got
I put the acrylic
loads
block?
of different stamps.
So, should we do a little bit of the cogs?
This one in my hand?
Yes, please.
This one's called No Rules, No Limits.
That's about right with
Right
me.
for you, Wheeler, isn't it? No rules, no limits, no chance.
No.
If not now, then when? And listen, there's tons of them. All of these, just looking at my notes, 8.33 as well. Brilliant.
And
Aren't
they're
they cool?
fabulous, yeah.
They're going to pass that one.
Thank you. So we're going to do a little bit of this, and I'm going to be using the VersaFine Claire. Now, this one is the Fallen Leaves.
Okay.
Have a look on the PI website. They have got hundreds and hundreds of ink pads, and honestly, top quality, and the detail with them is fantastic, especially with these stamps.
This one's an epic girl. On the wild side.
Wow.
This is you, Dawn. It's going to be on the front of yours.
Who knows?
Cool.
That's all I'm doing.
Breaking the chains, breaking out.
Wow.
No one's safe.
I have my moments.
You do, don't you?
So all I'm doing is them random stamping. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually take this out and just lay it flat, but you know me, I like to be a bit awkward sometimes and do awkward things.
Oh.
So all I'm doing is randomly stamping this around the edge. You can see how we're building it up on there as well.
Whilst we're doing this, by the way, and of course we're talking personal impressions this hour, but very excitingly, Nikki Hall should be joining us at 2 p.m.
Yes.
from her home studio. So all things... Ian, are you all right? Don't climb on the counters, Ian.
He's excitable, bless
It's not parkour inside. We're not free running in the studio. I know we can do what we want. Crafty Witches coming up next. But Nikki Hall,
Bless
Pokedoodles
him.
at 2 o'clock.
Yes.
And then in a couple of weeks, next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
You're in the studio, Pokedoodles,
Yes,
right?
I am, yes. I'm
Very,
helping
very
Nikki out,
cool.
so it's all
Yes.
coming together. So I'm
wait
going to
to
be
see Nikki
helping
too.
Nikki out. So look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. It's coming together.
Really fun, really cool.
Oh, honestly, I have had the best time.
So I like how you sort of opened that page up. So I know we're working like is that A5 size at one page,
Yeah,
you think?
yep.
So it's
So
almost
it's all gonna carry
it's almost
over.
like A4 when you open it up and it's flat, which where ring bound stuff helps you, I suppose.
Exactly. But like I say, you might not have a ring band, but it's just I saw this and I thought, do you know what? That's what I need. That's what I want. So again, just bringing little bits in. This side, I'm not going to finish decorating because obviously time frame wise, but I am going to decorate 3 of them so you can see how this works. So all I'm doing is just stamping a few bits on here, just round the edge, and I just want some bits that are gonna, like, you know, double stamp, some bits that it's just gonna be like an imprint. I don't want it too strong. I'm quite happy just to have these little bits on there that are gonna give you that little bit of detail. So then I can go back in with my stencil on this one as well. So let's bring this back in. And all I'm gonna do is just add in a little bit of detail on here. So again, bringing in that little bit of colour and that little bit of design on there. But you could do this in reds, you could do this in coppers, things like that. I must admit, I got some of my embossing powders out and things like that. I brought those with me because I thought, you know, with the stamps and everything, or just adding on a little bit of embossing, you can really take this to a different level. And for me, I suppose this is a little bit more mixed media. It's a little bit more bringing in different elements. But, you know, like, say you just want to craft for you, but you're like, I don't want to make a card. I don't want to be adding different bits. You just want to do you, and this really does. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start building up this area over here. So this is my first little bag because I've obviously cut the bits out to save some time, but you'll enjoy the journey first. Now, so what I'm going to do, can you see, this all came off one piece of paper. So I got this was like one piece of paper, but I wanted to make it work for me. So I'm going to start sticking these onto here. So now we're building it up, adding my glue. And like I say, you might just, obviously you can use tape runners, you can use whatever you want. I've got this glue, but I just want to stick
whatever you've
bit
got.
of this on
If you want the
whatever
right
you've
stuff.
got. Yeah, get this because it dries clear.
Clear gel, tacky glue.
So what I'm going to do is put that up to there, okay? And it's literally what I did was I've like kind of positioned it out how I want it, and I've not stuck anything down. So like I say, this is the first bag, shall we say, that I got. And then we're going to build it up, and then you'll see it come together. But you know, when, like I say, you just want to craft, you want to do something for you, I think then you get more creative.
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes you overthink it because you think it's for my dad, it's for my brother. You know, you've been asked to make a card for somebody, and you sit there thinking about it, and then you think, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, it's what you can do that, of course, for them. If you know what they really love,
Yeah.
then it's perfect for that. Or if there's Christmas coming up, then you're never going to go wrong with those winter scenes as we've got them in the ephemera books
Yeah.
here. But I love the ilk dawn. You're like, you know what? For me.
For
this
me,
is a project
yeah.
that no one else is going to see. It's going to be a book I do a page of every week.
Yep.
Or every month.
This could
or
be an
every day.
inspiration book.
Yes, it could be. All those bits you got left over, and you think, what am I going
Yeah.
to make of this? But you've got the complete story. So I'm not saying anything left over from this. You've got the full story of a background, and then extra. If you've never used a traditional rub-on before, or like a different, or fussy cut anything out and stuff, just practice in here. 160 plus images for junk journaling, collages, scrapbooking, card making, paper crafts, and more. That's probably what it says on the tin.
Exactly. Because what you're normally paying for is all the bits that have already been cut out for you, which is great, but you know what I mean? Like with this, I've got like little pockets that I can add to this. So I can pop this on here so you can tuck in tags or things like that.
Yeah.
You can add those in. So I'm just going to stick that there. Then you've got elements like, oh, hang on. I'm going to just weight that down a second or two. You have to do what I do at home. This is what I do. I kind of weight it down.
Stack it up.
Now, with these as well, if you want to go along the edges and you want to make it look more vintage, more tatty, and give it that, just run your nail across it, okay? Because I don't want it to look too, like, structured.
Perfect, yeah.
So you can see I've got that. I just want to build it up
Bit
and
of
add
texture,
it in.
bit of dimension.
Yes, we like that.
Bit of shabby.
So
Bit of
again, just add in different elements that I've got. I've got no strength this morning.
Have you had your Weet-Bix?
No, I haven't this morning. I should have done. So then I'm just going to
You
start.
have some like fish in the morning, Dawn.
Should I?
I think that's good for you. Yeah.
What, my age?
Like,
Like I said, you should maybe have some fish in.
like omegas. Give you strength.
Is that what I need?
Have some salmon or something.
I have my collagen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good for you.
Yeah, that's
Your,
anti-aging.
your bones are right.
Yeah, bones are all right.
Bones are right.
They're still bad, so don't break, so I'm all right. So this, I just want to show you, this is that feather that I showed you in the book. What I've done is I've fussy cut it out, and what I've done is, can you see, I've actually cut into it all the way around. So this, again, makes it look more real.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do is just bend out these pieces.
By the way, friends, if you hear some
And glue
noise,
at the back.
we've got hinge and bracket here, but just set around. Kick the top bit in, kick the top bit. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Kick it up. No, that bit needs flick it up. Up.
Crack on, Dawn. Crack on.
dear,
Clean the mic
honestly.
out, Andy. There you go, I heard that.
So you can see, all I'm doing is just gluing and tucking these bits in.
It's all good. Halliwell's on it.
Halliwell will make it work.
Halliwell removal services. No job too big, no job too small.
She'll make it work. She does
Crafty
it all.
Witches next, by the way. A brilliant offer on 3 for 2s as well there. Brilliant price points. All digital downloads, by the way. Both Ian and Sheila demonstrating. Really up for that show coming up next. So 5 hours in a row on the craft store today. You can watch them all back, of course, on YouTube or on Facebook. This one, thank you, Personal Impressions.
Yes.
And Lou Sims for popping this all together. And, of course, Dawn Wheeler as well. I never knew. I don't know about you. Maybe you did. But Ciao Bella, I'm very familiar with Ciao Bella, but not with the Junk Journal Ephemera books.
No.
So excited about this being a new thing for me. And the latest 3 are on the craft store right now.
This is so amazing. Like I say, I was fortunate enough to do one of the shows before with them,
Yep.
and I just thought, wow, these are right up my street. This is something, and as you can see, look, already we're building it. We've had inks, we've had stencils. Now, these are the stickers, okay?
Righto.
So with this, you've just got to make sure you get your poker tool, and I've cut them out, and then what I do, I'll be honest, I do tend to use my teeth for these, but, you know, purposes of TV, you can't do that.
We'll be good in public.
Yeah, look, yeah, I'll be good. Look, can you see? And they just peel off.
Nice.
So then you've got these, and then you can start sticking these over your pieces of work. I need a bit more glue on that one, so you can see that. So with this, again, just taking the backing off of here, just take a second or two, just use your poker tool. Are you taking the mickey out of me, you lot?
I don't really know what Andy means. Okay.
So,
But by the way, you see there the inked cogs in the background. There are a whole host of stamps on this show from 8.33. The stencils that are 5 by 8 are £3.32. The books we are talking about, the ephemera books, are £8.33.
amazing.
It's unbelievable value for money. And like you said, Dawn, maybe you're thinking about, I love the Codex one. That
What,
sings
to make
me.
cards? Yep.
Yeah, want to do that? Order 2, 3, 4 of them. £8.33 for each of them. It's going to be that same P&P because you're shopping direct with Personal Impressions. Whichever country you're in, by the way, the P&P details are at checkout. So fill up your baskets.
Do it.
See what you think. But to get the best possible price. And there are even more books in the collection. These are just the latest 3.
Yeah.
Codex, Secret Garden, Cookbook. They're all on personalimpressions.com. When you go on personalimpressions.com, you'll see a big old sign that says The Craft Store. The logo is there. Click on that. Today's date. It is the easiest possible way to see them all together.
Definitely. So
All in one spot.
Sorry, Dan.
No.
We've done one page. Can you see? So now we're moving on to the next one.
Oh, do you want to pause? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to go back over there.
Okay.
Is that right? I don't want to
Yep.
miss out a single thing that you've done. That seems like a very good time to go. So I'm going to wander this way, team. I'm going to put these back seamlessly, all right? Here we go.
Do it.
What are you going for? These are the latest 3, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the other ones as well, because a lot of you, I know, have got your eye on the Wanderlust side of things. Actually, I'm just going to lift that up here. and show you. And this is what Dawn used as well, didn't you, with when you're making your own junk journal side of things. And this is one of the previous ones, but obviously all things travel, adventure, a little bit of fantasy in there as well with the film strips. You've got your stickers after all. I love this denim look. It's that denim look on the back also. A bit of American iconography. You've been on holiday to America, Dawn? You've been to America?
No, I haven't.
No?
No.
Where do you want to go if you went stateside? Are you a New York kind of girl?
Yeah.
You're a bit like Sex and the City, I think. You're Dawn Underwood, Carrie Wheeler. What am I even saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd like New York.
You can imagine. Yeah, exactly. But listen, but lots of travel, adventure, photography is very cool. I love like the globes and things and the bits maybe you can collect from the seaside, backpacking, proper far-flung adventures. Maybe you're scrapbooking for somebody else in the family that has done so. I'm just going really, really quickly, I know. London. Of course, you want to go to London. You can see what's going on there. But all sorts of different. In fact, we saw that map was in the book that Dawn showed us at the very start. I'm just going to skip to the back. Ooh. So even more going on there for your pockets and your inserts for your albums and your journals, etc., etc. If you've never done junk journaling or scrapbooking or card making even before, it is a brilliant place to start. If you have, goodness me, I don't need to convince you, do I? You know exactly what you're after, but that is personalimpressions.com where you see them all. There are also Christmassy ones as well. I want to bring that to your attention, so maybe you're forward planning for that. I'm going to leave them down there. But you can spy them all. But which one do you want to go for to get the best possible price? It's personalimpressions.com. Right, I'm going to sit down, Dawn. I'm going to go back.
Okay.
Come back and we continue on with our demonstration. Just recapping. It's just gone halfway through the show, isn't it?
Okay.
It's gone halfway through.
Like I say, I know this is a big project, but I wanted to show you how your creativity just then runs with this. Because like I say, my idea was just to do the centre bit, but then obviously I got carried away and I did that bit and I was like, oh, it's all coming together. So now all we're doing now is I've stuck a few pieces on and I want to start decorating this side.
Okay.
If you want to add like ribbon, twine on this on the outside, you can do that as well. There is so many different things. And like I say, this, don't get me wrong, this is more, I would say, mixed media, a bit more, but I'm going to do one of the prettier ones as well, so you can see how you can change that up. And you really can just let everything just run wild with these, because there is just so many beautiful elements that you can just keep adding in.
And are these bits all fussy cut out?
Yep, I've fussy cut all of these and taken these out as well. I do want to try it with my scan and cut as well to see if I can.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I'm going to try that and I will get back to you and let you know about that one as well. Again, this is one of the sticker bits. I have got, with the prettier ones, I've got the pastel ones, sorry. I have got some of the bigger pieces in there because I want to show you how easy they are to put on. And if I could see this morning, it'd be...
How are you getting on there?
All right, I'm in.
All right.
I'm all right, I'm there. I'm good, I'm on. So then you can do this on here. So you can see you can just add a little bit. So they actually look like rub-ons. So you can see now I've got those 2 pages done. I'm more than happy. We need to do through.
Let's go through.
Now. So on this, like I say, I have still got to that one,
so
but I want
you
to
kept
finish
stamping. You carried on through, so you knew what you were up to.
Carried on through, so I knew exactly what I was going to do.
If you want that cog stamp, by the way, that one is cool. Where are you?
It's this one. It's here.
No rules,
no limits.
No rules, no limits. There's also one called Nevermind, which also has some other elements I think you might like. But yeah, if you want that exact same cog one, no rules, no limits.
No limits. So this one...
I reckon that was number 1 in like 91.
Probably.
I think. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. When I was out and about.
Well, yeah.
There was actually, I nearly messaged you to say there was somebody put on of Mansfield old pubs and things.
And was the old, what's it called again?
There was...
what was the club called that I'm obsessed with?
Oh, The Yard.
The Yard.
Yeah, I don't think that was on it, but
was it called The Cult? That's what I was going to call it.
No, there was some of the others as well, and I was like, oh, I need to send this to you. Valentino's was on there.
Valentino's. Well, you obviously got banned from there, didn't you, Dawn?
No way.
Not anymore, that's run out. It was a lifetime ban, but it only lasts 20 years, so she's back in.
Rude. So, like I say, with this, you can see, even if you haven't got full sheets of paper, doesn't matter, because we're mixing it up.
Valentino's.
Yeah.
Where did that lie in the night out? Was that first?
That was the nightclub, that was the last one.
That was the nightclub, okay, that's
yeah. There's also Digby's and everything. I'll have to see if I can find the post and I'll send it on Facebook. But honestly, I was laughing to myself because I thought, I can imagine Dan taking the mickey out of this one.
Not making the mickey, not taking the mickey. No way, Jose.
No.
I just like to reminisce of Mansfield night out.
The days of old.
What I missed out on.
Yeah.
Never be the same again.
No, they were the days. But just popping this on here. And like I say, there's so many different pieces and bits that you can add in. If you want to ink them. If you want to do that. Thank you. Can you just shake that down for me?
Yeah. It's going to go wrong, isn't it?
I'm going to get glue everywhere. Yeah. So this is just going to sit inside.
A little bit of leakage on old
ink pad, thank you. Now, like I say, with these, bring your inks in. You can overstamp onto all of these. Obviously, I'm going a little bit quicker because, like I say, I want to show you some of the other books and the other things, but I wanted to start off with a little bit of a wower so you could see where you can go with this. Okay, so I'm just positioning that in there. Then with this one also, I've got one of the umbrella elements because I wanted just to fill this out. Yeah, it's got umbrellas, there's all sorts. So I wanted to set all the
that is the advantage of this style.
Yeah.
Like an umbrella with it, the old mechanical clock, does it go together? Not in normal, but actually when you see it in this style,
it just works.
A little bit, oh my gosh, yeah, everything goes, like the feather and then the cogs, these things are on polar opposites in the real world. But in steampunky world, in this codex world. Yeah,
and if you're looking at this thinking, I would never be able to layer it and put it together, all I do is I don't commit to the stick, I just lay everything out and then take a picture with your phone or something. So in my head, I've kind of remembered, because, I've done this a long time, so I can kind of remember what I've done and where I want it. Mm-hmm. But do lay it out like this and it's so much easier. And I've been telling you for a few years now, white space is the new space. Do not be frightened of if there is a little bit of white space. I've done a little bit of inking to bring it all together, but you know what? Don't worry about it. Do not worry. Hang on, bear with. Just got to get the back of this. It is easier if you kind of leave it in the sheet, but I've cut it out because obviously for demonstration purposes, I needed to make sure. I'm going to use my teeth.
Get in there, Dawn. We've got 15 minutes
Oh, wow.
left. I know.
Where's that gone?
Craft store shows fly by.
They do. Look at that. Look at the stickers. These are great.
And again, you mentioned like glass jars and stuff or whatever you want to do, right?
You might have a little box or something. These are great for if you've got MDF boxes, things like that, that you want to bring stuff on.
In fact, there's all sorts of things like that. You've got to search a bit wider than the craft store. When you're on personalimpressions.com, they've got loads of things like that, like MDF boxes or like corrugated side of things.
Lots of different things. So I just use my teeth on that.
You're an expert at that, Dawn. That's
and
very
it works.
Quick. It does work.
It works for me.
Is that why you can open bottles with your teeth as well?
No, I've not ever mastered that.
With a cork in it.
There we go. Now,
like a sailor.
Let's show you what we've done.
Go on.
So you imagine you're opening up your book. This is your project book. You've got that beautiful scrapbook ephemera look with this. And then as you open this up, you've got even more layers. So it's just giving you that magic book for you to put your inspiration and, do something that's not you. Do something that's different because it is for you. But like I say, if you wanted to make that into a card front, I could easily take that out because I've glued some of the pages together to make it stronger. I could take that out. I could matte and layer it. Brown cardstock, cream cardstock, black cardstock, that could go straight on front of a card.
Oh, it's spectacular, isn't it? And you can do the exact same thing, take inspiration from this, or do something completely different. You don't want to put it in the book, you want to go somewhere else. Are you moving on to something different?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm going to quickly recap whilst I'm sat here. That one we were just talking about was this one, the Codex side of things. 3 of the latest ephemera books from Ciao Bella, which you can see the content is vast, isn't it? There is also... Are you Secret Gardening next?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
This is one of the other brand new 3. There's more on the show. There's Christmas ones. There's all sorts. There's the Wanderlust as we were referring to. Cookbooks, though, if that works best for you and your ilk, you haven't got it before, that one's one of the latest ones. The next demonstration is this, the Secret Garden of which, well, listen, we'll crack on with the demonstration straight away, but you sort of already see the colour palette that we're working with here, but that's very, very pretty. 8:33.
Now, normally with this, obviously, you would work on the pages after it, so then you've got that space. So I've got to work on top of that, but that's fine. We're working backwards. That's fine. You know what I'm like. So let's take some of the Kitsch Flamingo. I'm using one of the stencils as well that we've got on the show, and this one is Kaleidoscope of Dreams, which it really is. I've spritzed already with one of my spritzers, and what I wanted to do, again, don't always put them down straight. Put them on at an angle as well. Get different looks and different feels with them. I'm not doing all of it. Again, I just want pieces on here just to give that little bit of, you know, definition on there, that softness to it. It doesn't matter, you know, if it's not perfect. I just want you to have this as like, you know, like when we were kids and we'd have a book and we'd put drawings in it and you'd be so proud of your drawings and your colourings and things like that. And I think sometimes as a crafter, we get away from that. We make so many projects to give away and things like that. But obviously it's like that one. That could go in a box frame.
Absolutely, behind glass. Beautiful.
That would, you know what I mean? You can change the look of it really, really instant with that as well. So just by bringing those into there. So I'm just adding a little bit of this onto there. So we've got a little bit more detail, a little bit more of a background. But like I say, how many of us, this junk journaling is more about the junk we've already got. It's not about going out buying loads more stuff. It's about the junk that we've got. This one...
Urban Borders?
Yes. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. Oops.
So the stencil, that's right, put that here. So the stencil just being used, that is 8 by 5 is 3, is it? £3.32.
I know. For
£3.32
with that fleur-de-lis, it's beautiful.
But the stamp's at £8.33.
Yes, that's it.
This one, what did we say it was called? Beyond Borders?
Yes.
That's what we said, wasn't
that one goes back on there.
Rightio.
So let's just do this. Yes. There we go.
Sure.
So what I want with this one, because I know it says Urban Borders, but this one, it kind of looks a little bit like crisscross, like stitching.
Yeah.
That was my thought process. So I thought, again, we'll go in pink on pink, but that's fine. Stay with the same colour tones and you'll find it a lot easier. So all I'm going to do with this is just add a little bit more detail. We're just building it up as we go, just something subtle. So if you haven't got background papers, but you've got lots of ink pads, you've got lots of stamps, spritzers like I have, you know what I mean? Over the years, the products I've brought and that are in a cupboard.
Use them.
Use them. Make sure you do, because honestly, we've got so much stuff, but with the junk journaling, or like say I'm doing like a experiment book. Something for me.
That's a great shout, Playing
just
around.
Do it,
Trial and error.
That's
what works
it.
well together, or just for the love of. There's no birthday coming up, there's no holiday coming up, we're not reminiscing, but you've got that itch to
craft.
To create and craft and to do and to add colour. And so what you're doing now, Dawn, is exactly that, I think.
So this is where you can start taking your papers. Don't get me wrong, I've done a lot of ripping and tearing, which is not like me, because I wanted to make it different. You can see with that, I'm not really going to see a lot of the background, but I'm not bothered because, you know, I know it's there and I've had a bit of a go. So again, I'm adding a little bit of this onto here and learning different techniques, because you might not have tried inking with your stencils. You might not have tried, you know, then over stamping with your stamps. You can really have a really great go with all of these. So now you can see that sits really beautiful on there. Okay. So again, if you wanted to, what I did with the hole and I cut it out, you could do exactly the same with this image. You could do that with that, not a problem at all.
Lou says, glad to see Dawn back to the old days with this style of crafting.
This is back, Thank you, Lou. She's fabulous. She knows me of old and she knows, you know, the stuff.
Oh, you know what? She was so excited to get you painting and drawing.
And doing,
other stuff as well, which is really, really fun. Thank you, Lou. Marie says hi as well. Tracy's just joined us. Linda Chapman, happy Monday, everybody.
She in Spoons?
She's in Spoons. She says, I've just got on the Wi-Fi in Spoons.
Oh, that's good then. So she can watch everybody, because her team's in.
She says, I hope Hubble Bubble and Ian the Warlock are behaving themselves. Oh, Linda, it's carnage. But in the best possible way.
They are. It's lovely to see you.
Yeah, All Things Crafty, which is coming up next at 1 o'clock. After then, 2 o'clock, Nikki Hall, Polka Doodles. 3 o'clock, Dalton Manor.
Ooh.
So it's a busy old Monday.
Really busy. Look at this. So this is a totally different look. This is probably a little bit of me, which a lot of people would say, yeah, that's a wheeler styling. But, you know, it's how you want to craft. And like with this, like I say, I hadn't got anybody's birthdays. I've got nothing going on. And I just thought, you know what? I just want to make some pretty things. And as crafters, that's what we do. It's like, how many of you have got lots of fabric, but you don't know what to make or something? So you make another makeup bag or another, you know what I mean? This is something now, if you want to craft, and the thing is, you could take this away with you in the caravan. You could take it on holiday with you.
Book. Yeah, I know you take the staples out and things, but if you're cunning with what you're up to,
yeah,
it is a book after all, so everything stays together. But it's just the hardest bit of this is, I think, taking those staples out.
Yeah.
Because it's so beautiful.
I sat with a little carrier bag with a little pair of scissors and just sat there, just cut it. I had a whale of a time.
I know what this story with a little carrier bag outside Yates's.
No.
Wait, because O'Neill's, I couldn't go in there.
Stop it.
With a carrier bag.
I was sat there and I was quite happy watching the telly and I was snipping all the little bits out.
Does Linda not let you sit with her anymore?
No, not in
what it is?
spoons. She
All
don't let
All
me.
right, chappers.
Bless her. But all I've done is, like I say, can you see, it's just building it, adding bits in, not being frightened to just thoroughly enjoy yourself.
That's what it's all about,
Yes.
isn't it? We've got 5 minutes.
Really? I've got more pages to do.
Wow, personal impression. Listen, we will sit here till the end of the show. Every single minute of this live hour, we will sit here and we will demonstrate that is what the craft store is all about. It's also all about you getting to explore and getting to know your suppliers even better by shopping directly with them. So 100% of your purchases go to so next hour you're shopping direct with Crafty Witches. This show, personalimpressions.com. Personalimpressions.com is where you go and you see the craft store logo on their homepage. That's where you click to get all of these products all in one place. But whilst you're there, Dawn, I can't emphasise enough the variety of brands and the variety of inks and glues and everything like that. It's literally, your one-stop shop for everything you could possibly need for your tried and tested. I love making cards. Go to Personal Impressions. I've never done this before. Personal Impressions. That is beautiful.
But like with that, it could be a card topper.
Yep.
It could be a box lid. It doesn't have to be, just in a book. But for me, it was just one of them where I wanted to make something. And you can see I've already spritzed those ready for the Christmas ones. But look, this is what I mean.
Wow.
It can be your book of difference.
You've got no idea what's going to be on the next page.
No. This is what I mean. And it's something then you can go back at and think, oh, right, I'm going to try this one today and I'm going to do different things.
Yeah. Love it. Is that complete?
Shall I do a quick one?
I mean, if you got 3.5, 4. Or we could go back through the books. What do you want to do?
Should we do something quick?
Go on then. What have you got?
Okay, I've got one of the Christmas ones.
One of the Christmas
Winter
ones,
Wishes.
Right? Winter Wishes. I'm going to take this step up.
So let's do this. Probably I would like to do a little bit more inking with the stencils and stuff like that. But how long have we got left?
3.
3? Oh, right. I'll have
Winter
to just
Wonderland,
stick it down
and you've
then.
got a traditional Christmas side of things as well, but these are the 2 different colourways.
Okay.
One's really icy and blues.
Yes.
One's more the traditional golds, reds, and greens, which is that one I'm describing. But yeah, Christmas vibes.
Okay.
Winter Wonderland. These are also 8.33. 8.33.
So let's do this. Like I say, I would probably ink this at the back. I'd do probably a few more little bits, but I'm working at speed. We're doing what we do.
So listen up, friends. Of course, you're shopping at personalimpressions.com. If you love all things Dawn Wheeler, she's back in this studio a week on Thursday with all things Craft Buddy and Poker Doodles.
Yeah.
Are you on any other screens between then and now?
On Thursday, I am Hobby Maker.
You Hobby Maker in?
Yes.
This Thursday.
Yes.
So keep an eye
Craft
up there.
Buddy.
Lovely.
There we go. So you can see this is using the stick. You see, I've used one of those vinyl stickers that you get in it. Mm-hmm. But like I say, you do have to cut those out. They are in a full sheet, but they are easy to do. So I'm just going to.
Oh, there's lovely. No, I won't spoil it for you guys at home. There's some lovely sentiments in
really
here. Really
pretty.
Like heartwarming.
Yep. So you can mix and match. Oh, hang on.
Full projects, full actual
Yep.
boxes almost.
You've got so much in there, but like I say, I would probably ink this a little bit, but I'm crafting at speed.
Crafting at speed.
So you can see what you can do.
Demolition in progress.
And obviously I'd cut some bits out ready. So I can add that. Let's take the back off this. Bear with.
You've got acres now, 2 minutes.
Oh, loads of time.
Look at these 2. How sweet for someone's first Christmas. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I love what you're doing there, Dawn. that could be, I know it's in a book, but that could be a card front, couldn't it?
Could be.
So that whole thing, the dimension you're creating, the bow going on top.
That's it. And like I say, I would normally say to you, bit of ink, bit of this, bit of that. And then I'm going to stick this sticker on top of the other one because it says, baby, it's cold outside.
I get why you'd put ink on there, but maybe you haven't got all the inks in the world yet.
No.
The colour palette within that book.
Everything is from this one. So you can imagine you've got so many other elements, like you've got the little bunny in there, you've got the foxes, the robins. I've just done that bit, but you can see I've already created a page.
And just to show you the other, I know we haven't showed the Wanderlust properly, but that is the sixth one on the show, if you like.
Yes.
A completely different colour palette, isn't it?
It is. And again, really pretty. You've got lots of toppers. You could make 4 cards just out of those toppers. Add your glitters, add your glazes, things like that. A little bit of embossing powder. Like with that, again, it could go in a box frame, home decor pieces for Christmas. Use your circle dies, cut those out, makes it so easy to do. The tags, beautiful. Again, for cards, you know, your toppers. I've just got so much fun to be able to do with this one, I must admit.
Love it. You know what? Thank you, Dawn Wheeler.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to see you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks on Thursday.
Yes.
Right here, right now. Thank you to Lou and everyone at Personal Impressions as well.
Thank
They're
you.
incredible pricing, aren't they? You know
They
what? Lou
are.
and Personal Impressions have been with the craft store since day one.
Yep.
Just getting it, because then you guys get the best possible prices, and you might just have a look around that website.
I would. You'd be lost for hours.
Yeah, literally. I've been in the warehouse. I barely came out alive.
It's massive.
Yeah, so exciting. But each one of these books, £8.33. Maybe you're thinking, you know what, I'll pop a stencil in there as well.
Yeah,
That's an extra
do it.
£3.32. Brilliant, brilliant pricing. Personalimpressions.com. Dawn, thank you.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank
Crafty
you.
Witches, Ian and Sheila and myself after the break. I will see you at 1.